welcome to another episode of Thailand Tales. It's your host, Squintabulous2J, aka Squinty, in the flesh, on the video, live from Thailand. In the land of smiles, and I am smiling. This is the 10th episode, so I might just leave season 2 here. And we will see about picking it up again. I might just go more into talking about the spiritual stuff, but I'm a storyteller and an entertainer by heart, so I will be doing plenty of content. This is a story of a Ladyboy trick. I was tricked, but the trick was not on me. It was a friend of mine was not forthcoming about his partner. And I got a shock when I arrived to join them for a party. So, I used to get on, myself and a fellow teacher, he actually recorded the BS3 music video for me in Koloi Temple over the road there. Sound old chap, and he invited me over to his house for his birthday. I said, yeah, no bother at all. Now, I'm reluctant to go to parties, and I like to keep myself to myself. I get out of control when I'm drinking. I'm pure spiritual. It's not easy to get me to go to parties. He says to me, yeah, it'll be myself, my girlfriend, and a few friends. It'd be great if you could come. But don't worry about it. I was in two minds about it on the way home from work. Humming and hawing. The next day was a holiday. I says, fuck it, I'll go down and see the crack with this party. So I threw on the old glad rags, went outside, waved down a motorbike taxi, and gave the address. About a 15-minute trek on the bike. We landed outside the house, and the motorbike fella said, oh, it's that one. Now you could see in the door, and there was a ladyboy cooking in the house. I says, no, it's not that one. So we go to the next house, and the motorbike fella says, Annie. And I said, couldn't be that one, there's a ladyboy there cooking. I said, maybe that's one of the friends that's at the party, whatever. So got off. It was definitely the right house. I just kind of thought to myself, oh, shall we ask? They know where the party is, that I got the ball to this address. Maybe it's a mistake. Next thing, out comes your man, and he says, you made it, great, yeah, man, thanks for coming, and what do you want to have, and this, that. No introductions to anybody made at all. And oh yeah, there was no one else there. It was only myself, Josh, and the ladyboy. Ladyboy was cooking. So I was kind of thinking to myself, oh, maybe this is the partner. A little bit strange that I wasn't told it was a ladyboy, but what harm? Alakadai. And then he went over and he put his hand on her hip in a more intimate manner and says about the food or whatever. And then I realized, all right, they're together. More people landed to the party. The women sat in one area, the men sat in the other area. That's how it is in Thai, like kind of separated. And we're talking, and your man says, oh, and that's how it is. And I ended up living in Thailand with a ladyboy. And it was the first time the situation or the issue or the elephant in the room was addressed. So I says, is that your partner? Like, bringing it up. He says, yeah, didn't you know? It's like, inside I'm thinking, no, because you didn't tell me. But I says, Jesus, no, I didn't realize. This was the most manliest ladyboy out of all the ladyboys. You see some ladyboys, they're very petite, they're very feminine looking, and then you see some that are very manly with makeup, long hair, and socks up the top. Well, this lady was more inclined to fall into the category of the makeup sock stuffed up the top type of ladyboy. What does he... I says, no, I had no idea. And what does he say? Oh, hey, he didn't know you were a ladyboy, putting me in the fucking embarrassing spot. Oh, and he had not a care in the world about it. Well, that's how I was tricked in that situation. That's how I was tricked again by a ladyboy. But I was looking at it today. I was totting them up. There was 5 times in total where I had ladyboy experiences. That story there was one. The previous story that I told, episode 1 or whatever it was, that was the other. There are 3 more. If you would like to hear them, let me know, and I will happily speak on them. If I don't hear anything about it, I'll take it as no one is interested, and so on and so be it. Alakadai. But there is your episode 10 to wrap up this season. It might be the final season, who knows? But I will be delivering more content. Peace and love, guys. Peace and love.